Somewhere along the fractured edge of ice, a Pacific walrus groaned, its massive body trembling as it struggled against the brittle, uneven surface. Its flippers scraped violently against the ice, sending shards scattering like fragile glass. Tourists and local guides had gathered at a cautious distance, layered in heavy jackets, faces red from cold, eyes wide with a mix of fear and morbid curiosity. "It's massive," one man muttered, voice tight. "You get too close, it'll crush you. That thing is huge," another whispered, shivering. "Someone should do something. It's injured. Look at its flipper." The guide shook his head. "Better we leave it. Nature will handle this." The walrus lifted its head, eyes wide and glistening, scanning the human circle around it. Panic radiated from the creature in waves. It wasn't a predator, it feared, but the hesitation, the inaction, the silence of people frozen by fear. Each shallow breath rattled like a weak drum against the ice. Then she appeared. Maya Collins stepped over a ridge of frost-crusted stones, boots crunching sharply in the icy morning. Her jacket was streaked with ice and dust, sleeves rolled, hands empty and calm. She paused a few feet from the edge, crouching slightly, letting her posture signal she meant no threat. The walrus's gaze locked on her, wild amber eyes scanning, muscles coiled, tail flippers twitching against the ice. "Back!" a man shouted. "You can't get near it." Maya didn't respond. She moved slowly, deliberately, studying the broken ice, the jagged cracks, the flailing walrus. Her hands remained open, empty, extended subtly toward the animal, as if offering reassurance. The walrus flopped, scraping its massive body against sharp ice edges. Blood glistened on its injured flipper, mixing with frost. Gasps erupted from the crowd. "Step back! You'll get yourself killed," someone yelled. Maya exhaled softly, her breath clouding the frigid air. "It's okay. I'm not here to hurt you. I just want to help. Stay with me." For a tense moment, the walrus froze, its head tilted, amber eyes searching, assessing, weighing her calm against the chaos of the humans and ice around it. The wind howled, whipping shards of snow into the air, carrying the cries of distant gulls and the sharp creak of ice shifting beneath its weight. A young man raised his phone. "I'm recording this." "Lower it," Maya commanded, eyes fixed on the animal. "The flash will make it panic." He hesitated, then obeyed. Silence fell again, thick and heavy. Only the groans of the walrus, the whispering wind, and the soft scrape of its flippers against ice broke the frozen quiet. Maya reached into her backpack, pulling out a folded cloth and a small vial of antiseptic. She placed them gently near the walrus without touching it, giving the creature a choice, not forcing her presence. Every movement was deliberate, calibrated to avoid triggering panic. The walrus shuddered violently. A jagged piece of ice cracked beneath its weight, its massive bulk teetered dangerously close to the frigid water below. Gasps erupted across the crowd. Maya shifted, planting one knee firmly, hand gripping a jagged root in the ice for balance. Slowly, she inched closer, the cloth extended carefully. "Easy, stay with me," she whispered. The walrus's flippers trembled. Its breathing began to steady fractionally. The tension stretched across the ice and snow like a fragile thread. The crowd, watching in stunned silence, began to realize the impossible. This was not luck. This was skill, focus, patience, courage. Someone murmured behind her. "Do you know who she is?" Maya's lips pressed together, breath visible in the cold morning air. Quietly, she whispered a call sign, one that carried meaning for those trained in animal rescue, Echoon. The walrus froze, then relaxed fractionally, tiny movements, threading trust through panic. The wind softened, and even the creaking ice seemed to hold its breath. A sudden gust swept across the floe, sending shards of ice skittering. The walrus shifted again, muscles quivering, perilously close to tipping. The crowd flinched collectively. Maya's voice, calm but authoritative, cut through the wind. "It's okay. You're safe." Step by careful step, the impossible became possible. The walrus inched closer to her, guided by her stillness, her patience, her unshakable resolve. The spectators leaned forward, realizing their mockery and hesitation were irrelevant here. Courage, calm, and compassion alone were rewriting the story unfolding on the ice. Maya remained motionless, muscles taut, eyes fixed on the creature. The Arctic seemed to pause, holding its frozen breath. One wrong move could end in disaster. One right choice could save a life. And she would not step back. The distant rumble of a tracked vehicle broke the tense silence, announcing that reinforcements had finally arrived. Maya didn't flinch. Her eyes remained locked on the walrus, muscles coiled, mind sharp. She knew that rushing now could undo everything. Every careful movement counted. Dr. Eleanor Rivers, a wildlife veterinarian renowned for Arctic rescues, slid down onto the ice, followed by Chief Ranger Daniel Holt and 2 emergency responders. They froze for a moment, taking in the scene. The massive walrus trembling, shards of ice scattered around, and Maya crouched just inches from the creature, calm, poised, fearless. "Stand down," Holt said quietly to the team. "She's got it." Dr. Rivers approached cautiously, her eyes scanning the animal. Its flipper is fractured, but not shattered. Shock is setting in. If we move too quickly, we risk it going into hypothermia or panic. Maya's lips pressed into a thin line. "Sedative ready. Low dose. We'll stabilize it before transport." The crowd behind them whispered in disbelief. Their mocking laughter, their impatient murmurs, they all dissolved in awe. This wasn't recklessness. This was skill honed over years of life and death situations. Maya exhaled softly, stretching out one hand to gently coax the walrus into a safer position. "Easy. Just a little longer," she murmured, her voice carrying a rhythm that seemed to calm the giant creature. Step by step, inch by inch, the walrus shifted, trusting her in a way that no human bystander could. Dr. Rivers administered the sedative under Maya's guidance. The walrus flinched, then slowly went limp, muscles relaxing as the drug took effect. Maya moved in instantly, wrapping the injured flipper with specialized bandages, supporting its chest to aid breathing. Every movement was precise, a choreography born of countless emergency rescues. Holt turned to the crowd. "For those wondering, this is Maya Collins, former emergency wildlife responder, call sign, Echo 1. She's pulled animals from floods, fires, and dangerous terrains most of you couldn't even imagine. And right now, she's saving a life that many thought was hopeless." Whispers of awe replaced nervous murmurs. Respect replaced skepticism. Together, Maya, Dr. Rivers, and the team lifted the walrus onto a reinforced stretcher. Its massive body was heavy but stable. The creature's shallow breaths began to deepen, subtle signs of relief. Its amber eyes closed for the first time, unafraid, trusting the hands that saved it. From the crowd, a woman stepped forward, tears in her eyes. I'm sorry. We mocked you. We didn't think." Maya looked up, exhaustion lining her features, but her voice calm and resolute. "Fear makes people step back. Compassion makes someone step forward. That's the choice that matters." The walrus was loaded into the Arctic transport vehicle. Engines rumbled. The ice floe exhaled, as if the land itself recognized the courage it had just witnessed. Vultures drifted away. The vast white expanse seemed to shimmer differently under the morning sun, touched by the quiet triumph of survival. Maya stood, brushing ice and snow from her jacket, letting the scene settle behind her. No applause followed, only the deep reflective silence of those who had witnessed true bravery. Through the open hatch of the vehicle, the walrus let out a soft rumble, no longer panicked, a fragile peace replacing terror. Maya watched until the transport disappeared across the frozen horizon. One life had been spared. One choice had changed everything. The Arctic wind whispered through the jagged ice, carrying a silent lesson. Courage doesn't roar. Sometimes it kneels on the frozen ground, facing fear, refusing to step back, refusing to walk away. One woman, one life, one choice. And in that quiet, frozen world, compassion echoed louder than any storm.